Ooh, another solid brick of goodies. What's inside? Stay tuned to find out. Hello, my everybody's, and welcome to this latest monster-filled edition of 4.0 and below. And today, we're finally digging into that big, massive blowout spending spree that we did back in, I think, March. And first up, we have a complete set of Marvel Magazine's Monsters Unleashed. Again, it was something that I've kind of wanted to put together for a while, and I picked up a few pieces here and there already. But once again, on eBay, kind of stumbled on a full set that I thought was fairly reasonable priced for, and then again, you get them all in one shebang, pay taxes once and pay shipping once. So it's like, pulled the trigger on it. And so, starting with number one here, The Man Who Cried Werewolf, from a story by Robert Bloch, who of course wrote Psycho. Kind of interesting tale with a twist. Some reprints in here too, I think, of some older stuff, but still it's a ton of fun. And of course, I don't know if they're just trying to be like Marvel's ripping off, is that the right word? Because they had their humor magazines, they had their monster magazines, and in a nod to Eerie, you got a great Gary Morrow cover here, even though it is a tad misleading once you read the story inside. Yeah, but I won't spoil it. Okay, moving on to number two. Now, this one, the seller, let's call them strategic photographs, because on this one, this is up top, so you kind of saw the chip. You knew that was there, and there's a little chunk missing down in that corner, and there's some stuff chewed off the back cover too, but you can kind of live with that. But of course, this is probably the worst of the lot, and this was kind of buried, and so we didn't get to see any of that until I got it here. But I'm not going to complain too much, because the spine was in really good. The spines are in good shape. They're really solid. It's just, I don't know if this moth bugs or pill bugs or whatever got into that or what. I don't know. But so that's a fun read. Great art on the Frankenstein stories. John Buscema was doing the art on that. The story gets really weird. There's like this brain swapping going on all the time, and at one point the monster wound up with a rat brain. It was very strange. Anyway, moving on to number three, with this beautiful, beautiful Neil Adams cover. The story inside was a reprint from, I think it showed up in, I think, Adventures into Fear, or one of those Kazar books, and it was supposed to be in Savage Tales, I think, number 2, but that never happened. But anyway, this, oh my God, I got this out, and I was looking at it, and I don't know what happened when I opened it up very carefully. This top staple, it like kinked. And so the pages were kind of out of whack, and I tried to very gently put it back, and just like that, that is the worst noise in the world. And suddenly I had a 3-inch spine split from top to the staple. I tell you, I almost threw up when that happened. It's the worst, but otherwise the book is in pretty good shape. Let's see, moving on to number 4. Werewolf Stalks the Night. More follow-up features with the Frankenstein Monster. There were a lot of barely illustrated stories in this too, where it was just kind of blocks of text and a few pieces of art in these. Let's see, going on to number 4. Another Mark of the Man thing. Number 5. Back with the Frankenstein Monster. There's also like famous monsters articles in here too. talking about, you know, certain actors or certain runs on films, things like that. Number 7. Is these in the right order? I think so. Okay. With Shumanu, the thing that stonks the swamp sinister. Let's see. Number 8. Frenzy in the House of Freaks. And this one I already had. Number 9. The Nice Tale of the Wendigo. I think the one I had already is in a little bit better shape, so we'll try to cash this one in. If and whenever we get back to the comic stores. We're getting closer, though, kids. Got my vaccines. How about you? Moving on to number 10. The story in here featuring Tigra, where the were-tiger kind of fought a were-rat. And finish it up with number 11. Which this feels like a filler issue. I think this was some stories that were supposed to go into, was it the Haunt of Horror? But I think that got canceled at issue 5. And of course, this got canceled at issue number 11. I do like these Marvel horror mags, and even their humor mags are pretty funny. But boy, howdy, those like Vampire Tales one, those are expensive. And, but like the crazy mags, you know, those are pretty cheap. So I think I'm trying to maybe do like the first 20 issues of that or so. We'll see. And lastly here, we have a Monsters Unleashed super annual issue, which is nothing more than reprints from stories that we already read in the earlier issues of Monsters Unleashed, which seems a tad disingenuous to me, but meh, what are you going to do? But anyway, I am ecstatic to add these to the collection. And again, I hope to get more of these Marvel Monster mags and humor mags and etc., etc., etc. And so that'll do it for this episode of 4.0 and below. We got a real quick one this time. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed sharing it. And a reminder to never, ever be embarrassed about what you can afford comic book wise. And until next time, we'll catch you later. See ya. Bye-bye.